This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Get real.
No.
Y'all, this
just
is
stop.
a sham.
It's finally here. Drum roll. Welcome to DBL. I'm Sam in for Jeff. All right, so we got to talk about last night. Tori was trying to give me little tidbits of the debate, but I was putting the kids down. I said, stop it, no spoilers. But let me tell you, it was disappointing. Hollywood, in fact, has chimed in as well to last night's debate between President Biden and former President Trump, with some defending the president over what some are now saying a shaky performance. So let's start with Barbra Streisand. She posted that debates are not governing. They are about televised theatrics. Biden is accomplished at governing. He is experienced and has accomplished a great deal. Now, fellow singer Bette Midler, she wrote, his voice weakened by a cold, answered the question softly, but still I leaned in and heard him fine. Actress Nia Long summed up what a lot of people are thinking, posted, this debate is deplorable. And meantime, Jon Stewart went live last night with his reaction. I loved this. Watch.
Let me just say, after watching tonight's debate, both of these men should be using performance-enhancing drugs. I'm sorry. Both.
He's right. So it seems like a lot of folks in Hollywood are sticking by President Biden, at least for now. Tori, listen, I'll admit when I'm wrong. I said he should debate Biden. You said absolutely not. It'll be a disaster. So you have the floor.
It was a disaster. Yeah. So I always make this comparison. When you're a cross-examination as an attorney, you already know the questions and answers before you ask them. You should never, ever ask, as a lawyer, a question before you know the answer. If the people behind Biden didn't know that they could have gotten the State of the Union Joe 10 out of 10 times, consistently that Joe, you don't put him up to go against Trump. You just don't. It seemingly, they didn't have him. He was very quiet. I don't care what Barbra Streisand said or Bette Midler.
And you love Barbra.
And I love Barbara and Babs, but you guys are kind of talking out of your bums, and you know that. Politics is optics, and it's audio. We couldn't hear him. He looked terrible. He had one job. That job was to tell us he is not too old, and he failed at that job. There were also softball things he could have done, and he didn't nail that. So at this point, the DNC really set him up, and now they're shaking in their boots.
And when you say set up, that makes me so incredibly uncomfortable, because I often talk about how it's a little known secret or people don't talk about it, but a lot of people are sleeping next to their ops.
Yep. Correct.
The ops are in the White House.
Yeah, there are a lot of people thinking that, Erica.
To set Biden up for this disaster.
Right.
I have to question why. I mean, the fact that we aren't even talking about anything about Trump, black jobs.
Yeah, that was weird.
Putting babies to the side so we can kill them at 9 months.
That's, yeah.
I mean, the fact that that's overshadowed
by the
president's performance.
And by the first 3 minutes. I could tell you within the first minute it wasn't going to go well.
But Tori, also, there's no precedence for this.
Right.
There's no precedence for the sitting president to debate the other candidate. Who thought this should be the first time that this should ever happen in history?
Obama did it and failed miserably in 2012 with Mitt Romney. We see George Bush did it and failed miserably. Usually an incumbent president doesn't do well on a debate like this. So why set up someone who is somewhat enfeebled to look feeble to the entire American public?
I mean, the only thing that you can hope, and Erica and Tori, I agree that they were derelict in their duties, is that they were going to get State of the Union Joe.
But if you don't know.
But if you don't know, I mean, if you think about
now, you know.
Now we know it's a day late and a dollar short.
But your dad wouldn't have done that as an attorney.
Absolutely not. And you think about this show. We've done thousands of these shows, and sometimes Erica's like, "Oh, I'm really tired this morning." It's like, "Oh, I was flying all night, so I'm dragging a little bit, guys." But never. In the thousands of shows that we've done on live television with no prompter to lead us, has there just been a rambling, I don't know, a word, I can't even call it a word salad. There was no beginning, there was no ending. It was hard to watch because it was bigger than politics, Sam. I was looking, and I felt like a lot of Americans felt like they were looking at somebody that couldn't defend themselves with their mind that was once sharp. It's what we all kind of fear. will happen to all of us if we live long enough, and there's a sadness to it. And
there was pain watching that.
Right, and
there was pain
in a very tumultuous world where you need strong leadership, or at least the optics of it.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, say what you want about Putin. He's a dictator, and just every adjective you could throw. He at least appears to be strong.
Right, that's all
when
you need.
When you see him,
that's all you need.
he looks strong. Right. Shirt off, on a horse. You know, like
fighting a bear.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Seriously,
it's just optics.
It's we are visual creatures.
Yeah, a lot of our viewers are disappointed as well, and I'll just end it with this because they're bringing up the moderators, and I think that's an important point. The moderators did not hold either of their feet to the fire. There was no fact checking in real time. So what a disappointment, and I think it's the American people that really are going to suffer the biggest loss. All right, we're going to switch gears here because Kevin Costner knows his audience. So during a discussion about his film Horizon on a podcast, Kevin said he knows his Western movies skew more toward men. Watch.
I make movies for men. That's what I do. But I won't make a movie unless I have strong women characters, and that's how I've conducted my career.
And meantime, while on CBS Mornings, Gayle King pressed Kevin about leaving Yellowstone and his reported feud with the show's creator, Taylor Sheridan. Take a look.
But the characterization of you isn't necessarily flattering. It's you've made demands, you want to have a certain schedule, you want to shoot at a certain time, you want certain money. If it's not that hard, why can't the two of you be able to work it out? People would love to see
therapy,
you back.
Gayle. I mean, we're not going to discuss this on the show, really. I mean, honestly, it's a.
I'm a good therapist, though, but go
I've
ahead.
conducted my life in a pretty straightforward way.
Yeah.
I've never missed any obligations in my entire career. So the idea, is wide open for me.
Yeah.
It just happens to be like, can I fall in love with the writing? Can I fall in love with the part that wants to go forward?
If you watch that whole interview, Gayle King followed up a couple times. That's what should have happened last night. I'll end it there. Okay. Let's talk about Kevin Costner now. What do you think about what he had to say?
I don't have a problem with him saying he makes movies for men. I think most directors are like, I make action movies. I make Pixar movies. I make movies for women. I make movies for women 18 to 32. You better have a demo. You better have a go-to. My girlfriend works for the Rockies, and every pitch they put out there has a signature pitch. I throw a fastball. I throw a slider. And they're in the major leagues for that 1 or 2 pitches. So, Erica, if you start making movies, you better have a demo. What are you going to be making? Action movies and then around? No, you need to have you're like, this is what Erica Cobb brings. So I don't have a problem with that. It's just when somebody says I make movies for men because of the tradition of, just sexism. People.
You heard a little.
Yeah. Well, then he followed up with, but I always have strong female leads. And then everyone started clapping.
I thought that was weird.
Like, why? Why are we clapping? I mean, that sentence can stand alone. Issa Rae is successful because she makes projects a lot of times for awkward black girls like myself. Okay? I know a lot of people who love Issa Rae's work, but they're not an awkward black girl.
Right.
You go for your demo. Since I started in media, I've had the same person that I speak to every single day.
Me?
Her name is Tara. She's been married to her husband. She's a registered nurse. Her husband and her have been married for 15 years.
Like in your head.
Yeah. She has grown with me the entire time that I have been in media. I'm always talking to Tara.
Wow.
Now, if Jenny or David or someone else resonates with my message, then great. But I'm talking to Tara at all times.
Smart, Erica.
That's
Gosh,
very smart.
10 steps ahead of me.
Yeah.
Erica has an imaginary friend, and now she's.
Yes.
If I had said that, you wouldn't let me slide with that.
She's looking.
But she's talking to a
audience.
specific fake person.
No.
Yes,
No.
but she's been with me the entire time. We've grown together.
You're Tara. You're terrible.
Ouch. Coming up on DBL, we are talking with Emma Roberts all about her new movie, Space Cadet. Did she have to lie to get the role? But first, Kenya Moore is out from Real Housewives of Atlanta. What happened? That's coming up in What Erica's Watching.
Welcome back. Well, no more Kenya as a housewife? Does Riri really care about hair? And which divas are fighting over a boy again in this week's What Erica's Watching? Well, Kenya Moore's Mean Girl twirl will be gone with the wind next season on The Real Housewives of Atlanta.
I'm still here, and I'm still fabulous.
Well, you better preach now.
Right? Fabulous.
That's because the fabulous housewife is being accused of attacking new castmate Brittany with some jaw-dropping revenge porn. Well, it seems that Kenya shared explicit posters of Brittany in a sex act during Bravo's filming of Kenya's hair spa opening. Now, Kenya is denying these claims and is threatening to take legal action. At least she has the perfect space to wash all this drama out of her hair and send it on its way. Next, we know about Rihanna's new Fenty hair care line, but now fans have receipts that Riri is a bona fide hair care giver. A fan rushed to embrace Riri and she knocked the fan's hat off, revealing a hot mess of hat hair. Well, Riri quickly helped the fan recover by zhuzhing her hair back into the hat. The moral of the story is the bad girl's quick tip for a bad hair day is just a good old hat. And Ariana Grande understood the assignment. She released a new song titled The Boy Is Mine.
It's anyone's game. You know, I would agree. He did run a fantastic campaign based around bringing immediate change to the city. Well, here's his chance to put his money where his mouth is.
And she did not fail to honor the queens who earned Grammys for their hit song by the same name. Well, Ari avoided any drama with her release by including Brandy and Monica in her epic music video that reunited the former feuding divas. At first, fans were a little disappointed that Ari didn't feature vocals from these two queens. However, Ari just re-released a remix where all three ladies are claiming that the boy is theirs.
My girls, they always come through in a sticky situation. Say it's fine. Happens all the time.
You would think that extending this love triangle to include Ari would make for an even bigger mess, but Monica said Ari's remix actually helped her heal her beef with Brandy. Yas, queens.
He belongs to me, the boy is mine.
Share with me anything that catches your eye by using the hashtag DBLEricaWatch. We'll be right back.
punch it, Flamingo.
Is this thing hard to land or what?
Welcome back. That was a clip from the new film Space Cadet. It features Emma Roberts, who lies on her resume to become an astronaut. Earlier, we spoke with her. Take a look.
We love her. Please welcome to DBL, Emma Roberts.
Hello. Hi, everybody. So nice to see you.
Great to see you as well. All right, Emma, I got to ask you this. In Space Cadet, you were learning how to be an astronaut. How much actual training did you go through for this movie? Can you walk on the moon? Are you now in NASA?
Well, I will say my biggest dream as a kid was to go to space camp, and I never got to go. So the 12-year-old in me that wanted to go to space camp is freaking out.
She's living her best life. That's awesome.
She is so proud.
That's awesome.
You should call Lance Bass. He still wants to do that.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, remember he famously wanted to do all that stuff. But, yeah.
Cool.
But anyways, your character Tiffany gets into NASA by simply faking stuff on her resume. I know someone like that.
All right, there
But
you.
before you got famous, we always joke around. So she got offended by that. But before you got famous, I remember being in LA trying to be an actor, and you had to click all those things. How good are you at juggling? Expert. Did you ever tweak your resume and tell some white lies on there?
I mean, my advice to anyone that is auditioning or wants to be an actor, I'm like, if they ask if you speak French, say yes, learn. If they ask if you can ride a horse, just say yes and learn.
Yep.
You can learn anything if you need to.
Yep.
And so I'm all about that. I think
I gotta be
it's
honest,
also a fun way to pick up new hobbies.
You can't learn everything, because I auditioned for a Pink video, and they're like, could you ride a motorbike? And I was like, I sure can. And I got the call back, and I was like, I don't know how to ride a motorbike. And they're like, dude, get out of here.
Well, you needed to go learn. You at least have to have a friend that has the skill to teach you.
Yeah, that's right.
Anyways, this is about you.
Yes, I remember the Pink video where the one motorbike just went off the side.
That was you, Jeff. Oh, boy.
Well, I mean, I'm almost scared to ask this question because it's going to ignite a conversation on the panel. But when it comes to space, do you think that we are alone, or do you think they're aliens? Because everybody here's got their own camp.
Oh, here we go. Okay, I will say, if we are alone here, I'm scared. If it's just us, I'm scared.
It would be weird. It would be weird.
Look, I'm open. I'm open to it. I watch all the shows. I watch all the alien shows, alien movies. I'm obsessed. But, you know, I don't know. Like, what do you guys think?
I think they're among us.
Yeah, you do.
Or I think if they're not among us, Emma, I think they're really highly intelligent, empathetic creatures, and maybe they'll bestow some peace.
Way to take a stand there. They're either among us or not. That's why you come to this show, Emma, because we draw a line.
You know what? I'm open. I'm a believer.
Me too.
And I think it's important to be that way in all areas of life.
Exactly.
See?
Al. Okay, so this movie
alien.
is about following your dreams, which I love, even when life sends you on a different path. Has acting always been your dream, or did you want to be something different when you were little?
You know, I always wanted to be an actress, and I feel so blessed that I started when I was 8 years old, and now I'm 33, and I'm still getting to do things that I love. So I'm so happy. There was a moment in time where I wanted to be a lawyer, but that was just because I saw the movie Legally Blonde, and I realized I just wanted to play a lawyer. So my acting dream stayed. I don't think I played a lawyer yet, though. So maybe that's coming next.
Tori plays a lawyer on our panel.
Objection! Irrelevant.
All right, order in the court.
Thank you.
So you've become a meme online several times. Which one is your favorite that you've actually seen?
I mean, it's just so funny. My sister is 23, and she always keeps me in the loop in the meme world. And, the one on the beach where I stick out my tongue to Lana Del Rey is my favorite, just because it was such a fluke. Like, I had no idea that would turn into what it did, and my sister still makes fun of me about it to this day.
Emma, thank you so much. DBL Nation, do not miss Space Cadet July 4th on Prime Video. Thank you again. Congratulations, Emma.
Thank you guys so much for having me. It's so nice to chat.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We'll be right back. Welcome back to DBL. Do you spend time in nature? Because according to experts, it turns out that being outside can reduce chronic inflammation like heart disease and diabetes. So do you notice a difference in your body when you're outside?
Yes, and in fact, in Japan, they prescribe it with depression. They say you need Shinrin Yoku. That means forest bathing. Take time to feel the dappled sunlight, the air, the smells.
I love that. Nature isn't the only way to help inflammation. Another thing can also help your joint pain. That is Omega XL. It's a powerful joint support that's helped millions of consumers and is backed by 30 years of clinical research. Omega XL's powerful and proven benefits have transformed the lives of athletes, celebrities, and dedicated daily users. Call 800-814-6985 or visit omegaxl.com for more information. Before we go, 2 matters of business. The first one, Johnny Cash has a new album out today. More than 20 years after he died, Songwriter showcases 11 original songs he recorded but never released back in 1993. Have a listen.
Go on to every city so your public can see you, but I'll watch on television, so sing it pretty soon.
Wow. Unbelievable.
Yeah, I'm always a little worried releasing albums posthumously.
Because what if they didn't want that?
Right, like very famously, Prince was very protective of his art, and just to do that is really kind of hit and miss, but that sounded pretty good.
Sounds great.
Second matter of business, sorry to cut you off. Happy birthday, Albert! We love you, Al. There's a picture of you that we're going to pop up.
No, keep Johnny Cash up there.
No, we want you. There he is.
There he is. We hope you have a wonderful birthday. It is tomorrow, so enjoy your weekend.
I will.
We love you.
84 years young.
That's right. I'll take it.
You could be president.
I know.
Have a great
Never stop
weekend,
believing.
everybody. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Then I opened up the dryer and I set it on soft and light. She said, be gentle with my silk and lace, and I said, well, all right.